First of all, let me tell you something. Lamont is just full of shit.
Sometimes my mama said, when you don't have nothing nice to say, you should be quiet.
People say that Stephen A. is a coon. You agree with that? Everybody got quiet on that one? Okay, Lamont, go ahead.
Rudy Giuliani practices voodoo.
What?
So he put a voodoo hex on my girl, Hillary, and that's why she got woozy.
Yo.
And the Secret Service had to prop her up and put her in the van.
Bro, take us to a break, my dude.
It was voodoo, son.
I don't know about that voodoo.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is Three Black Guys with a Mic. What is really good? Happy New Year, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Three Black Guys with the Mic, Season 5. Can you believe that we have made it 5 seasons of this podcast? Big 5 seasons of this podcast. We are starting off 2021, ladies and gentlemen. 2020 is out of here. It's gone. Finished. Done. Finito. Arrivederci. Sayonara. Call it what you want to. No more 2020. So the question of the year is 2021 going to be a better year than 2020? Manny, you say what?
Has to be. There's no way in the world it can be anything like 2020. I mean, it's got to be better. That's without fail.
Yeah. Shout out to Roderick already checking in. If you are checking in with us, let us know who you are and where you are from. If you would like to be a part of the podcast and you would like to give your comments live on the show, you can do that. All you have to do is click the link in the comments. If you're watching us on Facebook, make sure you share this episode right now as we speak. While you are watching us, share this episode so that way your friends can join this conversation. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit the thumbs up button. Nope, that's on Facebook, hit the thumbs up button as well. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit the subscribe button for new episodes of Three Black Guys with the Mic. Same way with our Instagram friends. Make sure that you share this episode as well. What are we talking about today? Lamont, what do you have to talk about today?
I don't know. I was just checking the package. Amazon just dropped something off. I was trying to see who it was. So, excuse me. I'll be back in a second.
You got some late Christmas joints showing up?
I don't know. That's why I'm like, I might text my wife. Like, did we order something today? I don't know.
What's up,
Georgia.
How you doing, man? Go ahead, Lamont.
Georgia.
Georgia.
Valdosta, Savannah, Augusta.
Georgia.
What am I missing? I don't know.
Macon County, Cobb County. Macon County, man.
Are they out? Have you seen T.I. out? Is Killer Mike
Well,
out?
no. Here's what I will say. I'm not gonna lie. I did put a couple calls into the homies just on some Happy New Year, and a lot of people are moving around. You know, we love D Nice on this podcast. D Nice is working, boy. D Nice is in every city in the state of Georgia that I've seen. A lot of other artists are doing stuff out and about. They did I don't know if it's a Radio 1 thing anymore, but you know, they have one music fest thingy they used to do. Mm-hmm. They did an outside concert over the weekend, big voter push thing. So they're moving around, you know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know what they're doing at the Blue Flame or Magic City. If they're doing like a voter registration card, you get a free chicken wing. I don't know if they're doing that, but they moving around.
What they should be doing is that, present your voter registration card, get a free lapper. Yeah.
Now you gotta have a sticker. You gotta have a sticker, not just the card. You gotta have a sticker.
All knocked down.
So, the big day is tomorrow. Am I correct? Tomorrow's
big
Tuesday,
day.
right?
Yeah, well, it's hard to say that the big day is tomorrow. We thought that the big day for the presidential election was November 7th or 8th or whatever. Donald Trump seems to drag it out, and he's still dragging out Georgia, but the last day to vote is tomorrow. Now, I think Georgia has been in early voting for a few weeks, and I think also, I'm not sure what they're doing about mail-in voting, so that could possibly delay when the last vote is counted. But yeah, tomorrow is the last day to vote, to turn in your vote.
Mm.
So would you say with the early voting numbers, if I'm not mistaken, 3 million plus thus far is a good sign?
I think it's a good sign. I think it's a very good sign. Typically, high turnouts always typically bode well for Democrats. Also, the Democratic Party did a great job of going out and getting new people to vote this time and registered, at least registered, not necessarily to vote, but in this period since the November election through today, they've been able to add some, excess of 100,000 or so additional voters to the rolls. Now, we know from the call that Donald Trump placed just this past Saturday, that he's looking for 11,780 votes, give or take. So if that seems to be the trend, 11,000 is the distance, and 40% roughly of the 100,000 votes that they registered were African American, and 40% roughly were young people. Both demographics would tend to skew to the Democrats. We're talking about 80,000 votes plus the 11,000 that Donald Trump thinks he's supposed to get. We're talking about, it's a strong possibility we could have a very good clean sweep of this.
Here's the question: Where do we find votes?
Well,
are votes just hanging around like?
Left some in your pocket.
The same vote that Donald Trump said that was standing, that was sitting on the side of the highway and
burning.
The one that, people just plopped up in the trash can. Are these those same votes?
No.
Where do we find votes? Where do we get the 11,000 votes for Donald Trump to stay the president?
This is the thing. A handful of years ago, Donald Trump said, "You won't believe what my attorneys are finding out in Hawaii about Barack Obama's birth certificate." And then, hey, I was like, okay, well, maybe we won't believe it. Let's show it. Then all of a sudden, there was nothing to show. Then he was, there were at least 3,000 Muslims on a parking lot in New Jersey who were cheering when the towers fell in New York. It's all over TV. No television station ever could produce any such footage. Oh, people are saying this about the virus is, that they're using hydroxychloroquine and it's working really well. No cases. There are 11,000 more votes. Oh, it was 3 million votes that were lost when they're just 3 million fraudulent votes when he won against Hillary Clinton. Nothing ever came of that. I wonder, is this, I'm just guessing and I'm being, a little foolish about this, but do you think this is maybe another Donald Trump lie?
But when you say
this was a lie. This was him literally on tape asking somebody to find votes.
Right. It's a lie. I'm sorry, Lamont.
What up,
I just wanted to read a definition because I remember, this being read to me years and years and years ago. And it says the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Donald Trump has been doing this long before he even became president. He's been doing this for over 50 years. So what I don't understand is all of these educated Negroes, why do we act surprised? Why do we play the game of, we can't believe?
I'm sorry, wait a minute. Who's the educated Negroes?
I just, I like to stir up the,
I just wanted to, what I'm saying, I wanted you to point them out so that.
No. I mean, all of them that run around all day on TV, even some of our friends, I can't say that. I don't want to pick a fight this early in 2021, but it's like.
I was just trying to see what our friends are.
I can, but Donald, listen, man. I keep saying history is the best teacher. Go back to McCarthy. Go back to his great teacher, Al Cone. Listen, this is the same game. So why are we? I just feel like sometimes our energy is so placed in being in such an uproar that, like you said, we don't have our focus on the real ball. You all remember the guy down in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I'm messing this up because I have my notes in front of me. The young brother that was in the Congress.
He had $90,000 in cash in the refrigerator?
No, not him.
Oh,
you always going on the bad side with my black people. I'm trying to go positive.
Okay. Well, you just called him the, uppity Negro.
But this isn't an uppity Negro. Hold on. I'm doing this wrong. Hold on, Maynard. This is a good pause. Hold on, Maynard. Gary Chambers Jr. You all remember that name?
I remember the name.
Yeah, young brother. He made a big splash online because he He's a political activist down in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Good guy, you know what I'm saying? He just announced the other day that he's running for Congress. So I just feel like while we worrying about Donald and his 11,000 whatever votes, let's figure out how we can give, Gary like $20 down there. You know what I'm saying? We need all the homies around the country to give him $20. We gotta stop looking at the shiny object over here. I ain't worried about Donald. Don't worry about them calls or what he talking about.
Well, that's kind of what I was saying last week when I was like, when Spud's question was, what's your takeaway from 2020? Donald Trump's not the boogeyman.
No.
He's out here searching for 11,780 votes and getting recorded. First, I think I've been telling friends of mine, some of our friends who we see on TV.
Yeah, up in the Negroes.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that, man.
I didn't say that.
Away from that.
I didn't say that.
Call in later.
I didn't say that. But I was having a conversation with some reporters, and I was like, stop. Just don't mention it. Because this is the crazy part. He can't get away. Like, he's literally shoots himself in the foot at every corner, right? He has his phone call on Saturday. The world knows about it on Sunday. It's audio taped. You know what I'm saying? He did the thing with Ukraine. We found out everything he does let him. When they said let Trump be Trump, let Trump be Trump. Let him hang himself. He can't.
That's a problem though. He can't hang himself. I mean, all of these things, that are problems that they keep coming up. They don't stick.
It's stuck enough that he lost. He's about to be out of the office. No, but it obviously means something. Otherwise, he would be like, you know what? I lost. It happened. You know what? Good luck to you, Joe Biden. But no, it means something important to him because he's doing something that nobody has ever seen a president do before. Like,
which is?
I don't know. Attempt a coup.
Attempt a coup.
That sounds like a rap record.
Album right there.
Attempted coup by Magic Maynard in stores now. That's how old it is on vinyl and tape. Take it back.
Okay, so man, what did you want to talk about?
Well, if we are in just a pre kind of discussion, and I know we're not, but I'm just tired of people wearing pajamas to the damn grocery store.
To the who?
To the Walmart, to the grocery store, to the muffler change place. Like, yo, put some damn clothes on.
What's wrong with pajamas?
I don't know these people, but I see these people. And they're out here wearing the pajamas. I don't care that you and your husband got matching pajamas. They pajamas. Don't wear them outside.
Pajamas or they just regular pajamas?
They pajamas. Lamont, you out here wearing pajamas to the grocery store?
I think if you are just running in the store.
No, I'm talking about if you go to the grocery store on New Year's Eve and the line in the grocery store to get those last 2-3 items. Like, yo, I was in the grocery store getting like 4 items. The line was like, I was in there like 20 minutes. And I'm looking, you in the grocery store, pajamas and slippers.
What's wrong with that? If I'm running to the store, just like you're running to the store, and I'm going to pick up a bottle of champagne because it's New Year's Eve, and I haven't been out the house all day.
Put on some jeans and a t-shirt.
And I got my pajamas on, I'm chilling, I've been in the house all day.
America.
I'm going to throw on a coat.
America.
I'm going to throw on a coat.
All 8 of y'all tonight. All 8 of y'all 9 of y'all in America. Tell me if y'all. Tell me, America, if y'all okay with the pajamas at the grocery store for a 45-minute ride. Come on, America. Come on now.
Now, if you're going to grocery shop, you need to put on some jeans. You need to put on some clothes. If you're going to grab a bottle or you're going to grab some toothpaste, if you're going to grab one item, you in and out of that joint, then cool. But no, it's okay. What up, Billy T? Thank you so very much for, checking in. What's up, Kelly? I saw you as well. Maisha, Michelle, what's up?
Belvedere in the house.
There's nothing wrong with that. I don't think that there's anything wrong with going to the gas station with some pajamas on or your sweats on and you're doing your thing.
I don't think
That's all. You know who you are. You know how you dress for real. But
I'm just gauging the comments. It doesn't look like they are coming your way, my dude. I think you're gonna be asked. You're gonna be calling Lamont for 11,000 votes because everybody is against you.
Lamont?
Well, I kind of have a confession. You know what I mean?
He's one of the uppity Negroes in the store.
Oh, Lamont,
Listen,
Lamont, no.
Hold up. Let me talk.
No.
First of all, I'm going to keep it 1,000. I was not a pajama dude like that, but my wife has a mandate, holiday time, whatever. So she comes in with these fly pajamas, and I'm not going to lie, they're comfortable. You understand? I got quite a few, choices to choose from. And we had an issue. Around the garlic, the shrimp, got to have the garlic, sauteed, you know what I mean? Put my Levi's jean jacket on. I have my pajama bottoms on. I put my shell toes on. And you're right, Spud. I went and picked up some garlic, ran on back to the crib. I was cool. You know what I'm saying?
I just think that there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I think that, if you running in and out, quick little, I gotta get some garlic. If you woke up on Christmas Day or the day after, especially between Christmas and New Year's.
Right.
If you woke up, this is lounge time, you're not really working,
right.
You just kind of chilling. You woke up in the morning, you had a mimosa, you chilling, you had some good breakfast, it's snowing outside a little bit, and you like, dang, I really would like a whole another bottle of mimosa.
Right. And it's like 2 PM, and you've been
like
chilling.
2.
You got all day, all night, and all day funk on your ass, and you about to go outside. You ain't washed your
You gotta be
ass.
funky. I mean, you can wake up and take a shower, put your, your pajamas on. And you could, and even if you do.
No.
Right. And some people take a bath before they go to bed.
Everybody on this show today, thank you so very much for checking in. Maynard, do not tell me that there has not been a day that you have not walked out of the house and you ain't washed your ass. There's got to be one day.
Today, man. I mean, today.
No. Let me tell you this. When I leave the house without showering in the morning, I've either done one of two things. I showered the night before I got in bed, or I'm on my way outside to cut the grass or to work out. But I am not.
Run to the store to get a bottle of. Run to the store
right, and that could happen but if it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon and I ain't washed my ass, I'm sick. I got the COVID or something. There's no way in the world I'd wait till 2 in the afternoon to run a rag and some soap and hot water past my tail parts.
Okay, I'm sorry. Real quick, Lamont. I'm sorry. I'm not sidebarring. First of all, sorry, you guys. This is so not our show. And I don't even know how you got on this topic. Right. But Trishan just said something. He said, today is pajamas, tomorrow's going to be draws.
True.
Is draws the word? True. I mean, my wife and I fight all the time because she says, don't say draws. They're not called draws. They're underwear. They're draws.
I don't know why people.
Who says underwear?
I say underwear. I say drawers. I mean, it don't matter. It's the same thing.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Lamont.
So I just want to ask Maynard. So during the holiday in your home, was there a lot of pajama wearing in your home over the holidays?
In the morning.
So do you wear pajamas, Maynard?
Yes.
Or are you more like a nude guy, a bareback
I'm pajamas.
guy?
I'm pajamas.
Yeah, so you're not draw. Okay, cool. Gotcha. Just wondering.
Yeah, but okay. So what? Tell me what sense it makes for you to be comfortable in your pajamas to go and put on jeans and a shirt to go to the store to come back to put the pajamas back on.
Look, first off, for me, if I leave the house, I'm leaving. I'm gonna get dressed to leave the house. Second of all, I got kind of a hard rule, and it's just how I operate. It's not. It don't make no sense to nobody else. But every day, despite what's going on, unless I'm sick or I'm like super tired, I'm hungover, or this was like I worked super late or something. Yo, about 10:30, I gotta be showered and dressed. Like I just don't feel good laying around. I need to see the sun every day by 10:30, at the very latest. Holiday weekend, long Christmas. Sunday, Christmas, funeral morning, I gotta see the sun by 10:30. That means I gotta be outside, get some sunshine on my face.
Well, and I'm not mad at you, man. And actually, if you talk to a doctor, a medical doctor, they will tell you that's one of the biggest things to fight the coronavirus is that sun. So you're right on that. We all need sun. I'm with you on that. I can't lay around all the time like that too. But I have found myself in a situation where it does get, it gets dark around 5 around these parts now. And I guess maybe I'm the old man. I start putting my pajamas on and pouring kettle around 6:30.
But you said you putting your pajamas on.
Yeah.
You didn't say that you've been in your pajamas all day through 6:30.
Oh, no. We got to get some. No, but I'm saying let's go to the following day. And again, I think what Spud is talking about, or mainly what you're talking about, I'm sorry. You got to remember we're in holiday time. So between that Thanksgiving, then Christmas rolls fast, and then you off, and then New Year's rolling fast, everybody's clock is kind of off. You feel what I'm saying? So you got to kind of sometimes give people a little leeway. But I'm with you. I get it.
Miss Spence just checked in on you.
What up, Jeff? What's up, Xavier? Thanks for checking in. You know what it is. My wife knows what it is. It draws around here.
So
right.
So I have a question, and it's not about draws. This is a pivot. This is like a music question, right? Something I know a little bit about, but I'm curious on what you guys think. So I guess there was an interview with will.i.am from the Black Eyed Peas and Wyclef, right? So Will was a little, I guess, upset because I guess he's kind of figured out a little bit that a lot of people don't look at the Black Eyed Peas as a black group. And he was a little upset about that, you know what I mean? And the former, I guess we say lead singer or the former member.
The previous lead singer before Fergie.
Previous lead singer of the group, Sister Kim, who, that was in Kevin Black days at Interscope when Death Row and all that.
Kevin Black.
And I thought about this. You all remember when Wax Tax and Dre was at the Nile? You remember that?
That was before my time.
Oh, you weren't in Detroit then?
Mm-mm. I started off on the Franklin BCs.
Okay, so yeah. Well, and I remember clearly because it was Kirk Franklin and the Black Eyed Peas.
Kirk Franklin and the Black Eyed Peas?
No, not together, but they had 2 separate records. And I remember begging Wax Tax and Dre to play that. And I remember Andre Lackey looked at me like, nah, I can't do that. I'm going to put this Kirk Franklin on, but not this Black Eyed Peas. Because in the beginning, Black Eyed Peas wasn't nobody mess with them before Fergie. You know what I'm saying? They were just, so I'm wondering, what do you guys feel about, does Will have a valid point?
No.
Should he be?
He doesn't.
That they're a black group?
Yeah, that they're a black group. What are they?
I think the question is, are they a black group or are they a urban hip hop group? And they're not. They can, he's black. I don't take nothing off of him, but that's pop music. It's not really hip hop. It might be hip pop. It's churban. Most of what they do is CHR.
So you trying to say Jay-Z isn't hip hop because Jay-Z is popular?
No, Jay-Z took hip hop and made hip hop. Jay-Z's records are big enough that they've crossed over. Will's records are already on the pop side, and they try to cross over to urban, but they don't always quite make it.
Spud?
I think that the Black Eyed Peas is just a dance, group. I mean, to me, they make dance music. All of the songs that I hear are dance records. They're not
contemporary.
They're not hip hop records or anything like that. Most of the stuff is on the electro EDM vibe.
Contemporary contemporary hits rhythmic.
Okay, if that's what you want to call it.
CHR. That's and as close as
not really. I mean, I don't want to call them CHR. I mean, again, most of the records that I listen to, you talk about, the last album that I am aware of with We Like to Party and what's the name of the joint?
I Got a Feeling.
Oh, that's EDM records. Those are not like pop songs. The only pop song I would say is what's Fergie's joint? Lady Humps or whatever. But other than that,
or are the beats fast enough for them to be EDM?
Well, EDM doesn't really have to have a beat. I mean, you think about Major Lazer or you think about, Steve Aoki. I mean, all these guys are making, songs that have 98 beats per minute or, 92 beats per minute, and they're still considered EDM, records. I mean, Lil Jon got songs that, are 98 beats per minute that are still, considered to be EDM records, So I would put Black Eyed Peas in in the EDM category. Yeah, but while we're talking about music, what is going on with Royce and Benzino? What I mean, I missed the whole thing. My wife keeps saying, "Yo, what is going on with Royce the 5'9" and Benzino?" I'm like, first of all, who's beefing with Benzino? Like, who's beefing with Royce? Royce never beefs with anybody. But so I don't even know what happened. What happened?
I don't know, but I know that's false. Royce, I guess you can say he don't beef, but when Royce says what he says, it's said. It's done.
Oh, yeah, no question about it.
You know what I'm saying? So it's beef, but Royce is like, okay, you said your part, all right, and then it's over. So
well, let me just say this. From my understanding, there was a conversation or continued conversation about Benzino and Marshall.
Right.
And then there was, some conversation about, Benzino saying something a little disrespectful about Royce, and then Royce spoke back. You know what I mean? But let me just say this about Royce is that I've been listening a lot to Royce being in a lot of different rooms on Clubhouse, and I know a lot of people say this about giving the people their flowers. Royce is a jewel. You know what I'm saying? Royce is and he's really respected amongst a lot of different people, a lot of different age groups. And it's really good, to see how he is, even though in this instance, he's probably a little bit more aggressive than I might like, but, his voice of reason, the way he brings, intelligent conversation, resolution, even his position on DJ Vlad, which I'm with him 150% of, but Royce is a jewel that, that the city of Detroit,
What's the DJ Vlad?
Well, you ain't up on that?
Yeah,
no,
he has.
I'm lost. I'm at home in my pajamas all damn day.
Right, going to the store to get get a bottle of champagne. You know what I'm saying?
I need to do more stuff. What's up,
Yeah.
Willem Elmore? What's up, Michael Bennett? Thanks for checking in. Go ahead,
but I guess the thing with Vlad is, and I do agree with this, and this is a direct quote from Royce, is that Vlad is one who packages and resells our trauma to the black community, and I was like, he's right, because everything.
I missed that. What's the trauma?
Go ahead, man.
So the real crux. Well, first of all, obviously people will look at Vlad like he's a little bit of a culture vulture, or even a lot. But so Minister Farrakhan had his event in July, and he made a comment, something to the effect of basically like, it was a very general comment, and I don't want to misquote it because I ain't trying to get no ire, but Vlad took the comment and made it.
Was it about Jews?
It had something to do with that. He basically, what the minister was saying is, like, you should throw a rock at injustice, whatever that looks like. And he wasn't necessarily that Jewish people are injustice. He was just saying, like, if there's something injustice, no matter who it may be. More kind of, and I'm being very vague about it because I can't recall that offhand right now. It wasn't in the show notes, so I didn't study. But, so then Godfrey, Royce, and Lord Jamar,
Didn't Dame Dash have something to say?
Womp womp. So,
That's my man. You need to chill, dog.
Yo, man, I don't get down with Dame, man. I do not get down with Dame. But anyhow, Lord Jamar, Godfrey, and Royce were like, "Yo, you were misquoting the minister. You said something that's not accurate, and you know what I'm saying. We want you to apologize." And he was like, "Nah, I ain't doing that." So then Godfrey and Lord Jamar, who go on to Vlad very frequently, and Jamar has his own podcast called, You Know What I Mean? They went on a real tear with it, like, yo, if he ain't going to apologize, we ain't ever going on the show no more, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And so that was a thing, and Royce chimed in on it and was like, first of all, Jamar and Royce were like, any interviews that I've ever done with you, take them off your channel. Do not use my likeness ever again. And let that be that. So you know, it got a little choppy with all of that. It's real choppy. Vlad is going to stick to his guns. And Royce and company are like, nah. And to Lamont's point.
So going back to, I'm sorry. So going back to Billy T's point, why do people go on Vlad's? I've never watched Vlad. I think I saw I think BBD was on there or somebody like that, or some porn person was on there one time.
Yeah,
I don't even
Nori.
remember. But I've never seen, you know what I'm saying? I've never really seen a show. So what? Obviously he has the numbers, right? I mean,
that's what I think.
Oh, that's what they're going for.
That's it.
That's it.
Okay.
But I think.
But so let's go into, you know what I'm saying? Because speaking of Dame Dash, and real quick, while we're on this subject, so Lamont, what would be considered a culture vulture for those who don't know what that means?
I mean, I think you got to be careful because I think, probably, do we say that the head of Universal Music Group, the guy in London, do we say his son who has Tekashi 6ix9ine and Trippie Redd, are they a part of the culture? I don't know the rules in the handbook of what is considered to be a culture vulture. I know Dame had a lot of issues with Lior, you know what I mean? And called him that, but then,
definition of a culture vulture is somebody who's basically utilizing the culture of hip hop to get rich off of them. All right? Is that...
Yeah, and if that's the case, then again, there are a lot of people who are, ahead of these companies. We could put Procter and Gamble. You could put Target into it. I mean, I saw an advertising with a rap song with Target. The California Raisins, were they a part?
I mean, we've had culture vultures since Ma Rainey's Black Bottom.
My point exactly, my guy. So you gotta, let's break that down, Maynard. You're the PhD of the group.
I would say that the culture vulture is like a part of what you said.
I'm sorry, real quick. Billy T, why are you watching Jeopardy?
Hey, yo, hold on, wait a minute. I'm an Alex Trebek fan.
Let that man rest in peace.
Shout out to Ace.
Watch your old episodes of Jeopardy, my dude.
These are the last episodes of Alex Trebek, man. These are classics. I thought
it was over in December.
Yeah, well, he recorded them, but these have not been seen.
Oh, I thought the last one was, that was seen was in December. Anyways, I'm sorry, I digress. Go ahead, Maynard.
So you're right. I think the definition you gave is partly there. It's just missing a sentence. Like people who exploit the culture for a profit without providing the culture some return. So those who are stealing the culture, just take that word vulture, right? Those who are stealing from the culture and putting that money in their pocket, and then they don't do anything to help build the culture or be a part. Yes, sir.
But technically, and if that's the case, if that's the rule, just like the snitching, and we'll get to that in a minute. Shout out to Al Nuke. We got to talk about that. Since we just freestyling tonight.
You call Al Nuke a snitch?
No, he had a topic on snitching. Okay, but I'm saying it's like these definitions, where are the rules? Because technically, Vlad, although he has exploited our trauma because of his platform, he has and creates awareness to our culture, which enriches some of the people, even though some of the content may be bad. But, if he shows somebody clowning, smoking dope, or whatever it is on his platform, that's giving clicks and views, creating commerce for that particular artist. Who's
so Mona Scott Young.
Ooh. Let's go to the snitching topic, please.
Wait a minute. We ain't getting no
checks must have came
We ain't getting no Mona Scott Young checks, are we?
Them VH1 checks must have came in. Again, I mean, that's a good pivot because, I think Al Nuke did a live the other day. I guess one of the young rappers, I forget which one it is because they all sound the same to me now. I guess he was 14. Someone shot his brother. As a 14-year-old, he told the police who shot his brother. People are now saying that I guess he made. I think it was the Corvette guy, that little kid.
Corvette.
TikTok, Corvette, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Come on,
you not up on this, bud?
My guy.
I'm up on that.
Yeah.
I'm lost.
Why you
I
gotta talk
do
like
more
that?
TikTok.
People always say Corvette. Yeah.
That's it. There you go,
Yeah.
man. Anyway,
Come on,
so
Spud.
there was a big conversation about that he shouldn't have snitched, but he was 14 and he wasn't like in the street. He wasn't selling rock cocaine. So it's like, where do we start to apply a lot of these rules of snitching, or who's the culture vulture? Because if anything, the major corporations who have exploited the artists from the beginning have been the biggest culture vultures. I mean, you could say like Mona Scott is a culture vulture.
She is a culture vulture, but I don't think it's snitching. First of all, you know, in the TV show The Wire, there was a good separation between cats who are in the business in the streets and what they call taxpayers. Right? Omar said, "I ain't never put my gun in no taxpayer face." If you a taxpayer and you're not in these streets, it's not snitching. If you ask me. Now, if you in these streets and you selling dope, I'm selling dope, and Spud's selling dope on another corner, and I rat them out, then that's snitching. If I'm doing dirt and you doing dirt, it's snitching. But if you a taxpayer and you like, look, man, you know, my neighborhood ain't safe, that ain't snitching. That's what we supposed to do.
Is that right, Spud? I'm trying to figure out who made those rules, and is that the rule? Because I think we out here flying without no rules. That's the problem.
Yeah, I don't think that there are any rules, unfortunately. And I think that the sad part about it is that the rules change, you know, as we continue to go on. Like, you know what I'm saying? People are just making up rules, you know, as they want. Listen, I'm on the Pharrell train. I'm snitching. All right? I'm with Pharrell. Right? I'm not a tough guy out in these streets no more. I've never been a tough guy out in these streets. But listen, no, I agree with, you know what I'm saying, with Maynard. If I'm a taxpayer, if I have absolutely nothing to do with what's happening and I want the best for my community or whatever, you know, then I feel like sharing some information is important. Now, if it's your brother, you know what I'm saying? That's a whole other level. I think that the problem with snitching is that it's been so embedded into our culture that if you are in the neighborhood and you're still a taxpayer, you still can get killed because you snitched. You know what I'm saying? You say something. I don't know if you guys saw the documentary The Pharmacist, you know, which is on Netflix. It's an amazing documentary.
Good doc.
And you know what I'm saying? The one thing that, you know what I'm saying, the first thing that the lady talked about was like, yo, we don't talk to the police. If I talk to the police and I say something to the police, my whole family has a problem. Which is a problem. Because I think that what your point is that there is no more separation between who is in mafia terms or whatever, or gangster terms, of who's actually a soldier and who's a civilian. And civilians should be off limits. They ain't got nothing to do with that game. You know, if I'm in this business, if I'm in this life, then and I snitch somebody out, I gotta pay for that. My family shouldn't have to pay for that. Right. You know, or people down the street shouldn't have to pay for that.
But also the part was, the scenario was, and tell me, the 14-year-old boy is ratting out or snitching or he's informing because his brother got popped, right?
Right.
Yo, first and foremost, to me, even if I was in the game, and I'm not, and I got touched, my sister has a right to come out and be like, yo, I know who did it. That's my sister. Yeah, if your family gets touched, you gotta discuss that. You know what I'm saying?
Or address it, whichever one you want to be on. If you want to be on that street side, then you address it. If not, then you tell him. You're right.
Right.
It's either A or B.
Right. So but once it's family, it's like all that snitching rules, that's out. Somebody mess around and they out, especially if the person who got touched wasn't even involved with nothing, right? We seen where, you know, some kid got shot and he wasn't even involved with something. It was a stray bullet. Well, you gotta get ratted out.
Let me ask a question, Maynard, and to all the parents that's on, you know, with us tonight. Are the days of whooping your child's ass over? I mean, are we no longer spanking our children? I mean, no, let me take that back, because spanking is different. All right. Are we no longer whipping our child's ass? And I asked that because me and my wife was, having a conversation about this, about Black Ink Crew's C's, and now this is totally different. But, his daughter basically came out and was like, yo, he whooped me, he beat my ass, and he was kicking me and all this other stuff. Now, back in my day, I mean, that was you just got your ass beat. Now, I'm not shedding any love. Now, I'm not saying that this is right, this is wrong. Whatever's going on in that man's household is between him and his daughter and his family. I'm just saying, would you agree? Everyone who is on with us tonight, give me a good, strong yes or no.
So can I make a comment of me not being a parent?
Yes, but sometimes a child needs an ass whooped. So I'm just curious to know, are the days of whooping your child's ass over?
Lamont, you wanted to comment?
I mean, and again, this is someone who has never had a child, never. So my opinion is really probably not. And this is very sexist, I think, what I'm going to say. I think it's sexist. Beating little girls, I think, is a little different. I think you got to be careful with that shit. You know what I mean? If I had a daughter, you know what I mean? It's like, you got to really be.
I got a Hot Wheel track.
Yeah, you got to, Now, little boy, I hate to say it, I probably will bust his chest, too.
Well, let me say this.
Why?
No, you can't. Listen.
No, Lamont, last week you called the girl a hoe.
No, a whore. A whore.
The
Yes.
girl was a whore out here. Now, shouldn't her daddy whipped her ass knowing, yo, you got a husband, you got a fiance, you out here fraternizing with this man.
At that age, and again, I think, as somebody who doesn't have any children, after a certain age, you can't. You can't.
Well, yeah, I think there's an age where you got to stop. A.
Yes.
B. There's
What
also.
age is
I don't know. It's because right now my daughter is trying to make me.
Are you still whipping your daughter's ass?
I'm not. She's 11, but trust me, there are some days where hands
meet the skin.
Hands need to get put on, and I've given her a pass, but. Now back up.
But why? Wait. But why, Maynard? And I know why. But tell me why. Why?
Oh yeah, but you're right. I feel stupid beating on a little girl, right? She's
do that. No,
but let me. And also we, like my man William Elmore said, he got the Hot Wheel track. I remember those days. His grandmother, every year they gave him Hot Wheels for Christmas. Every year, them Hot Wheel tracks turned into switches. And I think I got a couple of them Hot Wheel tracks off his grandmom a couple of times too. But you do get to a point where it's not the whipping, because a whipping or a spanking that's a thing. A swat on the tail, 1, 2, 3 with the switch, that's a thing, and or a belt, that's a thing. But when the kid is on the ground and you just and kicking. Whoa, you going way, yo,
Right.
You look like, mama, it's me. I'm your son. Damn.
In the mall and you dragging your kids.
Right now. You done went too far with that shit.
Yeah, that's slave master vibes, bro.
That's slave master violence.
You can't do that, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So Spud, to answer your question, you can't, if a child is 18 years old and we're in a relationship that you have to be beaten. See, there's some whole other problems. And I'm also, again...
Hold on, you said, how old? 18?
17 and 18.
Oh,
right.
That's a fist fight. That ain't no beating.
You know what I mean? So, again, I think, especially with father and daughter relationships, once you get to a certain point, you should be able to display a certain level of disappointment, and that should get to your child.
Let me tell you, I remember my dad, my dad's a big man, 6'3", 6'4", 270 back in the day. Big dude. And I remember getting those whippings like 6, 7, 8 years of age. But I do remember one day when my father was like, you know what? I'm tired. I'm really disappointed in you. I was like, damn, can I just get a whipping instead? That hurt way more than a whipping.
Yeah, that's the worst. When I was growing up with my grandmother would be like, just wouldn't even say nothing, just shake her head, and I'd be like, you know what? I think I'm gonna put myself on punishment for 2 weeks.
No, let me run.
You know what, Mom? No, I'm gonna put myself on punishment for 3 weeks.
Let me run this to you.
Take it a month.
Yeah.
My dad hit me with this one, and this hurt. Like, I was like, oh, damn, I think I might have messed up. He was like, you know, I named you after me thinking you wouldn't mess my name up in these streets. I was like, damn. I didn't know how to come back from that.
Yeah.
You can't come back from that one.
So can I offer my formal apology to the podcast and to everyone that listened to the podcast last week, because I may have made a partial mistake, not a full mistake, but a partial mistake in my assessment over what's it called? Sophie's Love. What the hell is that movie?
We'll be the judge of that. We'll be the judge if it was a full or a partial. Go ahead, sir.
So after last week's podcast of me giving my...
You called a woman a whore.
Yeah, I'm still sticking by whore.
Like 9 times.
Yes, but I did misspeak, or I misspoke, because I guess, and I didn't pay attention, maybe I missed this portion, she did inform the husband that it was not her child.
It's not his child.
Not his child, excuse me. And the husband said, it's okay, come on, I know you was hoeing, but just come on, we're going to get married anyway. So I got a call from, as I told you, there's a long list of producers on that show and some people that my wife knows. And I had a discussion with someone and they said, Lamont, you need to look at it again because you might have been looking at this wrong. And I looked at it again and I still feel the same way. Not as bad, you know, and I get to where everyone is all wrapped up in that it's a love story. I just beg to differ, but maybe I should not have called her a full-blown whore. Maybe there was some sort of love in there, but I just say again, that kind of love, we don't do that in my house.
Yeah.
So was that partial or full, Maynard?
The judges have decided it's a full mistake. You are fully, and as a result, you're banned for 15 minutes.
Man, did you want to talk about health, you know what I'm saying, concerns and health issues? That was one of the things you put in the show notes. What exactly about
Well, I mean, I just, you know,
health or just regular health overall?
all health, the global thing, and because this is, I hope, the year in season 5 that we return to having conversations about this more frequently. We've had in the past doctors on. We've had people who've come in with to discuss mental health, different types. When I had my own little health scare, when I had the bleeding incident, etc. I just think that, you know, when a new year starts, we always get into, we're making New Year's resolutions. You know, before the show, we talked about what kind of weight goals we had in mind and how much drinking we wanted to cut back on, and those kinds of things. And I just want to make sure that we start giving the advice that while we have this clean slate, let's start the year off right. If you started off exercising already, if you started off eating better already, just do it again tomorrow.
So the question is, but why did you tell Michael Bennett that you were suffering from ED problems?
First of all, First of all, he told me to tell you that his last name is Barnett.
Oh, Barnett. I'm sorry,
Right.
not Barnett.
And second of all,
You told him you had ED problems.
the other day his doctor called and left a message on my phone and said that Mike has the worst case of ED he's ever seen. There's no help for him.
Well, why is the doctor calling your phone? That's the real question.
Well, you know, I'm like a guardian.
And when you say ED, what does that stand for? Because all of these acronyms in these streets, I don't know. What does that mean?
Well, we should have Mike on and he can talk about his erectile dysfunction.
Oh. Pause. I'm good.
Jeff, yes, we did see the Black Godfather. That is probably one of the best documentaries on Netflix.
Excellent. Clarence
really
Avant.
Yeah, Clarence Avant. Let me echo what you were saying, you know what I'm saying, in regards to, you know, making sure we're getting back to, you know, I just had a colonoscopy, last week? And glad I was, you know what I'm saying, I had it. It is extremely important for us to be able to go to the doctor, to have a doctor. I think that is important. To have, I tell my son this all the time, you have to have a doctor. You know, a regular doctor that you go see often. And the sad part about it is that, you know, we get to an age where when the light bulb clicks on and we're like, yo, I got to get these things together and I got to get them together right now. And that's health, that's money, that's lifestyle, that's romance, relationships, that's, you know, physical health, the whole 9 yards. You get to a certain age and you're like, man, I'm 45 and I can't run a mile like I used to run. I can't drink like I used to drink. I can't keep it up the way I used to keep it up. You on the AARP plan. Diabetes and, you know, stroke and heart disease and, you know, liver disease. I could go on and on and on and on and on. I think it's extremely important for us to, you know, to go to the doctor, have a regular doctor that you have a relationship with, get yourself on the protocol and online so that way you can keep. But let me also say this, and I'll pass the ball. While I think it's also important to have a regular doctor and to listen to the advice of your doctor, you also got to listen to your own body. And you also have to listen to your own self. Because a lot of these doctors, God bless them, but a lot of these doctors sometimes, they don't know what the hell they be talking about, man. And your body is totally different from what the norm and the studies are and what the history is and so forth and so on. Your body may react totally different. You know, I'm diabetic, been diabetic since 2012. I can tell, I've been to 7 doctors probably, if not more. And they all have been wrong. And until I said, you know what, let me do my own trial and error. Let me see what this really works out for me. That's when I was able to go back to the doctor and say, that don't work for me. That may work for your white counterparts, or that may work for somebody else who's not my same weight or height or whatever, but that doesn't work for my body. This is what works for my body. And I think that that's important. I think sometimes what we do is that we listen to the advice of our doctors and we be on 10 medicines.
So let me throw in a few things here. There are inputs that you can have out in these streets, ways that you can input data or learn about what's going on with you. But you're right, that's no substitute for seeing a doctor. I remember being 25 and going to the grocery store and getting my blood pressure, like, oh, I'm great. My blood pressure, the little blood pressure machine at the grocery store says I'm perfect. And you do that and you do that. That's wonderful, but that's not a replacement or a substitution for seeing your doctor. Additionally, as you're saying, your doctor doesn't always know everything. But by having that relationship with your doctor, like you said, Spud, seeing them often enough, not just like, I saw the doctor because I had a cold, I saw the doctor because I got my physical. Those are the only 2 times I saw the doctor this year. You should be checking in. And nowadays with these kind of like the MyChart programs that most doctors and hospitals have, where you can have these kind of electronic visits and touch bases digitally, we need to be, taking advantage of that. Now, a minute ago, Jeff asked about the process, the colonoscopy process. And I'll tell you what mine was, and Spud, if you want to share yours. Mine was, I have no idea what happened. They put me to sleep and then they woke me up. They when what they do for, they put a camera in your butt and it goes through your intestines, etc. The particular reason why I had mine done was, I was close to that age when you're supposed to get it done, but I had a bleeding event where I was bleeding. I had an ulcer in my stomach and it was coming out in my bowels, blood. It looked like, I told this once before, every time I went to the bathroom, it looked like I spilled a bottle of Cabernet in the toilet. And that, and that was like for like a couple of hours that day. And I went to the doctor. They put me in the hospital. They couldn't find anything. Eventually, they did that colonoscopy thing. But I know some people who have been awake for the colonoscopy. I don't know how they did it, but some people have been awake for it.
Yeah, mine was kind of the same way. And to go back to your point, I got a colonoscopy because of the relationship with my doctor. My doctor said after Chadwick Boseman died, more black men, or more black people, period, because my wife had one as well, more black people need to get a colonoscopy earlier in their life because of what happened to Chadwick Boseman. And so that's the reason why I went. And so the prep is the biggest issue. Once you're done with the prep part, then all the rest of it is, easy. But the prep is the biggest problem.
You took the solution.
Yeah. So once you're done with that, then you pretty much, once they put the anesthesia in you, like Maynard said, you're out, you're up, and you're gone. The next, as soon as you leave, you're back to eating chicken wings. Which is, unfortunate, but your health is extremely important and taking advantage of it. And I would just say, if Maynard, we talked about this offline, which I think is extremely, important. One of the things that, he said, and I'm not sharing too much, but, the amount of weight that he wanted to lose by his birthday. And I was like, wow, you could do more than that. But his response was, that's the goal I know I can set for myself. And I think that is also important because sometimes we set unrealistic goals. And what we'll do is we'll say, like me, I'm unrealistic. I'll lose 30 pounds in 2 days. And it just can't happen that way, And so then what ends up happening is, you get discouraged and you stop and you back on the bandwagon. For me, I'm not going to drink no more. As soon as I say it, I'll be like, you know what? This is going to be my last drink. And then I have one more. So setting realistic goals and just having one little bitty small thing that you want to accomplish, whatever with your health, whether it be physical, mental, especially mental, I was reading on CNN that they had something about, the increase of mental health during COVID, which is crazy, but whether it be mental, physical, or whatever. So go ahead, Lamont, because you look like you're on edge. We only got 2 more minutes. We're almost wrapped. We're wrapping.
No. I think Maynard said this part, and I agree with both of you all about having a personal relationship with a medical professional. You know what I mean? But I also say sometimes you got to use a little bit of common sense. And the only reason why I said it is because this happened for me a couple weeks ago. So I had an issue with my foot. So I go to the foot guy. And he says X, Y, and Z. Then, of course, they always want to push a pill on you. And then he says, you can take the pill or you can not put as much pressure on your foot. And I'm saying to myself, well, why don't I stop putting pressure on it? You know what I'm saying? Because they always want to dope you up. That's always just my issue about a lot of medical professionals. And I think sometimes we got to use a little bit of common sense.
How can you avoid putting pressure on it, though?
That's what I was. You said, wait, say it again, man.
How can you minimize the amount of pressure? Is he saying lose weight?
No, some of it was like just could you sit down, not do a lot of running up and down the steps. Don't do like a 20-mile run, that kind of thing.
You running 20 miles?
Of course not. I told you first he thought I was doing too many jump shots. He's like, the injury you got might be you doing too much shooting in the gym. And I'm looking at him like,
you ain't never shot nothing in no gym.
I ain't took a shot in the gym. But that's a whole nother bag in my opinion. But
I took a shot in the gym, but not with a basketball.
Yeah, not with a basketball. You know what I'm saying? But again, I think you all are totally correct about the medical professional. I echo that all the time. Like we talked about before we got started, is that why I am very adamant about this might be a little racist or sexist, but having a black male doctor is important to me. You know what I mean? Because we talk all the time about having some of the same struggles. Like when we talked about the alcohol, we had to talk about, sometimes it's okay. And I think you said this, Spud said it's about realistic goals. Like I remember one day we talked about Chick-fil-A and he said, Lamont, there's a whole nother non-fried menu at Chick-fil-A. So you don't have to stop going to Chick-fil-A. You just don't get the fried chicken with the extra cheese on it. You know what I mean? So, I think having that relationship and some of those common sense conversations, about our lifestyle and even being black men, I think that's also very important.
I know we need to wrap. I do want to just make sure that we remind our friends, our family in Georgia that tomorrow is election day there. Also, actually here in Norfolk, Virginia, there's an election going on for a state representative. But wherever you may be, there are probably special elections going on in many parts of the country. So be cognizant of that. And those people who are interested, and I thought we might have discussed the Donald Trump phone call thing, and I don't want to open up that whole can of worms, but what we have to know is that this is an attempt to steal the election. It's not going to work. I don't want anyone to get upset and bent out of shape over it. It's a coup attempt. Unfortunately, Donald Trump and his minions aren't smart enough to really pull something that sophisticated off. Not without just calling the Army and the National Guard and the Marines and take to the streets. But
wait. I'm sorry. Hold on, Spud. So Maynard, I was watching this guy who was on TikTok, and he was a Army. I'm not sure what his rank was, maybe a staff sergeant. Mm-hmm. And he made a comment about in the armed services, if they are given an order that is considered to be unethical, he used the term unethical, something, even if it came from the president, that they did not have to follow that order. You heard something about that?
That's true. So now you can not take the order. You also you basically have to tender your resignation at that time. Okay. Now, that doesn't mean that your resignation will be received and accepted. You know what? I stand. Someone will basically relieve you of your duty at that moment, and they want give the order to the next person and the next person, and so on. And that's not just in the services. That we saw this happen during the Nixon administration when what we call the Saturday Night Massacre, when Nixon had instructed Holman to do certain things, and he said, "Nope, I'm not going to do that," and so he stepped down, and that just kind of created this cascade. And then Nixon realized that no one's going to support you in this criminal piece. Now we see Brother Marty Rice said this is correct. Marty served. After he left Radio 1, Marty went on to the Marines.
He's in the
Army. And he's still serving, no?
Yeah.
You said serve. He's serving.
He's still serving. We salute you for your service, Elder Barge. And Marty is the man. He
still look like L, don't he?
He used to hate it when we said that about him.
Jeff, we don't have a private men only group, but we do have a 3 Black Guys with the Mic chat group. Don't we have a 3 Black Guys with the Mic?
Yeah. And
as we wrap up, let me echo one thing that Maynard said last week, and that is, about voting and Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. The sad part about hearing about Donald Trump and, trying to steal votes is kind of like what Lamont has been saying all the time. Like, these guys don't play fair, man. Like, this is just clear, blatant, I don't play fair. Like, I don't care. I'm by any means necessary. But I also think that, these are the things that I think that are important to hold people like this accountable. And we have to do the same thing with Joe Biden. But my point is that Lamont has said it, Maynard said it last week. We have to get involved in the process. And just because you're not in that state doesn't mean you can't do anything in that state. Like, I've texted my friends in Atlanta, in Georgia, the people that I know, y'all just want to make sure you're voting. You know what I'm saying? If anything you guys need from us, if you guys want to come on a podcast, let me know. If you got to spread the word or just like, you know what I'm saying? Lamont said sending $25 just to help somebody with their campaign. These things getting involved in the political process, I think, will help us down the road and not be disappointed, you know, when Donald Trump picks up the phone call, you know what I'm saying, try to steal 11,000 votes. You know, we have to get involved in the process on the national level, but especially on, you know what I'm saying, on the local level as well. And I think that there's something that we all can do no matter where we live at. If you're in Norfolk and, you know what I'm saying, you see that there's something happening in Detroit, you can pick up the phone and call. You can send an email. You can write a letter, you know, wherever, in New Jersey or, you know what I'm saying, California or whatever, Georgia, blah, 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 blah. So if you are in Georgia, if you know somebody in Georgia, call them and ask them, yo, you voting tomorrow? Go tell 10 more people to vote. You know, this is what we're looking at. We want for Ossoff and the Rev to get in. I forgot the Rev's last name, but in the Rev to get in.
Warnock.
Warnock?
Warnock.
Warnock.
Yeah.
Did I miss
Say the Rev. You call him the Rev?
The Rev. Yeah.
Yo,
So, go ahead. I'm sorry, man.
No, go ahead. Finish your thing. I'm sorry.
So, anyway, so we are out, ladies and gentlemen. I just want, you know what I'm saying, you guys to just know we truly appreciate you joining us every Monday at 7 p.m. for this podcast. We would truly appreciate it if you share this episode with your friends on your page, so that way your friends can be our friends and we can all be friends. And we can just continue to grow this podcast by the numbers. That's how we grow. That's how we get higher rankings. That's how we get paid. And that's what we want to get, is paid.
Yo,
also, if you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you're watching us on Instagram, make sure that you also, you know what I'm saying, share it with your friends. Hit a like. Subscribe to our 3 Black Guys with the Mic Instagram channel. You know, subscribe to us on YouTube as well as on Instagram, not Instagram, but iTunes and on SoundCloud. So, yes. Happy New Year.
Yo, this year, buy a piece of black art from a black artist.
And I'm not buying that foolishness.
Of course.
Y'all better send my man down there in Baton Rouge $25. Them stimulus checks is hitting the box. Take $25 and send that down to that boy down in Baton Rouge.
I don't know if I'm getting the stimulus. It ain't showing no stimulus.
You know the stimulus is going on lamb chops and champagne.
Come on, man. Send my man $20. Get his cash app. What's the boy name?
Baby. You know they getting the, you know the bottles is popping.
It's $600, man. You can listen. You go. I know Dre gonna have them the lamb chops on special over at Views, but
coming to Atlanta.
I'm sorry.
Coming to Atlanta. Going to Atlanta. Open up in Atlanta.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Nah, I've been out the loop, but send that guy Gary Chambers Jr. $20, man.
Okay. He got $20 from me.
Yeah. Dude is nice. Dude ain't nothing to play with. You know what I'm saying? He on point, and he been rocking for a minute down there. You know.
When is this election? Is this election day tomorrow?
No, he just announced, I think, yesterday or whatever it is.
Okay.
So he got time. He just filed.
Special election or something like that, right?
Yeah.
I had not been up on. I will definitely investigate.
Yeah, he good brother too, man. Good guy.
All right.
We out.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.
Have a great night.
Peach fun.